Hi guys, Tank here, bringing you a commentary of actual Starcraft 2 beta play. This is between a player called Welp, who actually recorded this and uploaded it to YouTube, and another player called Revoked. Revoked will be our blue Terran, starting up towards the top, and Welp will be at the bottom. I guess this is both, for both of them, their first time playing since BlizzCon, and it's a pretty good video. It shows off a lot of the Starcraft stuff that we didn't get to see from battle reports and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool checking this out. In case you didn't know, Starcraft 2 beta just released, and from what I've read, I can't officially confirm any of this, but they're sending out around 30,000 codes. And if you've opted in, or if you have gotten a code from like BlizzCon or something like that, you might end up getting a code, you might not. The BlizzCon people probably will. Both of the people in this game, I guess they got their codes from BlizzCon, judging by the opening, the way they were talking at the opening, saying they both played at BlizzCon. So, throw all the credit for the gameplay and the upload and the replay recording and everything to Welp. On that, I don't really know him. I just asked him for permission to put this up, and if you're seeing this, he said yes, so that's great. And StarCraft 2, very aesthetically pleasing. The game looks very good. A lot of the effects, they look great. The unit movements, there's a lot of fine details in there that you didn't see in StarCraft because it couldn't handle it, especially on the little 8-bit system. And so this game should be a lot different as far as looks, but strategy doesn't look too far off. Strategy's kind of staying the same. The new units change the strategy. Welp now moving his Overlord over Revoked space. Revoked moving those Marines, trying to kill that Overlord. Looks like he may be successful, and yes, he is going to be successful in taking down that Overlord. And splat. Look at that animation. Absolutely amazing. Alright, and another Overlord going out now. Looks like maybe it's heading out to scout those towers. Those towers right there, like the one in the middle of my screen right now, those give you, I guess, like an extra area where you can see around. Like, it expands your unit's view very far as long as you're in proximity to that. So, looks like a spawning pool down now in Welp space, and Revoked now with a barracks and a supply depot. A Marine moving out now. Looks like he may be a scouting party. And look at the top left right now. You can see some stats up there about the armies, and that's very useful. This replay tool looks like a very, very well built tool, and this will be great. Once I get a copy of beta, or once I get the full game, I'll start sending out commentaries as much as I can, because this reef is going to be very useful. It can show things like APM, production, the units, all kinds of stuff that you would normally see with something like, say, a Korean Pro Circuit, where they have the little things that pop up. That's where you normally see those, but it looks like we're going to have those built in for everybody to use in StarCraft 2, which will be great. Expansion going down now for Welp. He's expanding to the bottom left, and it looks like Revoked might be doing a turtle shell type of build, where he's going to try and hold out inside his base and make sure nothing can get in. I'm not sure if he's going to go for an expand or anything. He's taking down those rocks, looking like he wants to move south. I'm not exactly sure how this map is laid out, but I'm pretty sure you have to break down those rocks to do north-south movement on a large scale. Welp's got a queen in his base also. That unit seems like it's going to be very useful, and it seems like a lot of the strategy involves keeping it around your base. He's now putting down another hatchery inside of his base, which will be his third, since he does have one expansion up already. He does have a Hydralisk den and a spawning pool. I'm kind of trying to discern these buildings from the way they look compared to the old ones, but I can at least confirm that those are theirs too. There's the bunker right there you're looking at, and Revoked now going with a factory and some add-ons for his barracks, which will, I think that's the add-on that actually allows you to have 2 production queues per building. So that will be great for Revoked. He'll be able to double his unit production. And Welp now getting ready to put down a hatchery, so that once that hatchery's up, he'll be able to start producing roaches and zerglings like crazy. Which it looks like he's already got a small amount of roaches and zerglings heading out to the little area right there that we're looking over, back into Revoked space. The factory is almost completed, and those are tech labs on the side of the barracks. I'm not sure what they do. So I'll have that checked out later, and I'll see what they do, so I won't, you know, be left kind of dumbfounded next commentary. Alright, looks like Welp's expansion is up. He's sort of working on his saturation right now. He's got a force moving around the bottom left, and it looks like Revoked just sent somebody up to his natural in the top right. And they're taking down that destructible wall of rocks. Looks like they're going to head north and maybe go mess with Revoked, get some harassment going on here. Revoked now going down for command center, building up in that top right. No defense down there yet. He's got a small amount of Marines in his base. That refinery right there, his only refinery. And Welp has more refineries. Welp has 2 refineries, and I think there's actually a 3rd in his expansion. So it looks like the game is going towards Welp as far as economy. And if you look up in the top left right now, you can see the units, which Revoked now with an attack on Welp's base, flying over some jump troopers. One of the jump troops going down, jumping down off the ridge. Looks like he's... No! Zergling's coming out. Zergling's attacking him to go. He's exploded also. That attack is complete and utter failure. So, Revoked trying to start a little bit of harassment, maybe going for supplies, but no joy. Looks like there's Zergling force moving down from Welp, or up rather, towards Revoked's base, trying to maybe scout it out or return some of the harassment. And you can see Welp now going down for another Vespine geyser refinery, get more in. And his hatchery is just upgraded. It looks like a lair. That's just great. The renderings for the units, the way they've constructed them and made them look is just great. Engineering bay going down now, and the factory is completely done, which we should start seeing something out of that factory soon. Bunker now towards the front of Revoked space. It's been there all game. Just give a quick update on it. It's got 2 troops in it, and force now breaking down destructible rocks. Welp looking to move towards Revoked, maybe do some harassment, and maybe take out that expansion in the top right. Revoked, some saturation. Hopefully he'll be working on that saturation a little bit in the top right. He needs to get that up and running to kind of catch up economically. Welp, he's in good position now to go for another expansion if he wanted to. Looks like he's got the 9 o'clock all scouted out, ready and waiting. Command center. Interesting fact about those command centers, now it can actually hold 4 SCVs in it. So if that has to lift off for whatever reason, you could load SCVs. Looks like he's going to that expansion now. Going to be destroying that expansion. Yeah, it looks like the expansion completely unguarded. Moving in Zerglings out. Zerglings are completely destroying those SCVs. SCVs absolutely defenseless. SCVs trying to run up the hill. Looks like, no, not a single one is going to get away. Just in range of that bunker, and the Zerglings get it. So, now a little bit heavier troops moving out rather than just Marines. That command center lifted off, but I don't think Revoked had time to load anything. A Thor out now. Thor, if he can keep that away from the small units, that can be a very valuable asset. The large units in Starcraft 2, it seems as if they are very strong, but once they get surrounded by small units, they can be overrun. Moving that command center out now to get vision. Those units moving just in time. Moving back in closer, and that Thor is just destroying them. So they've fallen back to avoid further casualties to the Thor. And looks like there's an evolution chamber going down now in Welp space. Welp sending out some hydralisks, and large force of roaches and Zerglings moving across to the Thor. Full bunker now, and some units just standing at the top to protect his base. He's got an army out now. Looks like he's in defensive mode, moving that command center that he had at the top right. He's moving that down to the 3 o'clock now. And the Hydralisks with their Naga-like kind of slither, moving up the map. Expansion going down now in the 9 o'clock for Welp by those high yield minerals, those yellow ones.